introduction.
When will Mosquera arrive?
Don't know yet. It's still in the visa process, and we have to wait a little bit on that.
Okay. And you probably won't answer this, but out of curiosity, did y'all make an attempt to trade for Julian Gressel since he got traded today?
I'm sorry?
Julian Gressel got traded today to Vancouver.
Oh, good for Vancouver. Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
When that happened? Today?
Yeah, this morning.
Oh, I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
$900,000 in general allocation money.
Okay.
The effort and the mentality and stuff that the team showed on Wednesday, how do you sustain this going forward?
Well, just the message has to be clear. I think the message is very clear. We know how we can get results, and I think the team just need to continue with that, and that type of mentality has to stick with the team for the rest of the season, regardless of how good football we play or how good results we get. We have to fight and compete the same way we did.
And the back five, I was asked this by a couple of supporters. How do you fit in Araujo into the formation if you're playing the back five and using the same formation going forward?
We will see. Those are the questions we need to answer in the next few days, in the next few weeks. How we make sure we have balance in the team, and that's for me where also competition starts in teams, and the one that is better is going to play, and all that. But at the same time, I have to manage to have enough attack and enough defending in the team every time we are on the field.
Is Gutman? Is he going to return to training next week?
Probably, yeah. He's progressing very well. On that one, we don't want to rush anything because when you're looking at his injury and the way the tendon was out of position, we have to be very careful with that. But I know our trainers are very, very good on progressing players in a safely manner, and I think he might be back after these few games, and maybe he can rejoin us before Galaxy a little bit here and there, but we don't know exactly when he's going to start that process.
And last one from me. You played defensively kind of a 5-4-1 against Real Salt Lake. Moreno and Almada were kind of tasked with having different defensive responsibilities than they've had, I think, most of this season. I thought they played excellent defense. How pleased were you, or were you pleased with their effort after watching film of it?
I'm very pleased with that. I can tell you that I'm very pleased with everyone because, yes, they did a good job on those flanks. At some point, when I brought in Ibarra, Santi, Joseph, matchup, everyone understood the tasks, the tactical adjustments we needed to do, the sacrifices they need to do in their games to help the team. And I felt that everyone did a great job on that. And yes, those players are normally well known for being better attackers than defenders. But again, everyone did a great job on putting the effort on both sides of the ball.
Is that when you reference little things that had been ignored after the Austin game? Was defensive responsibilities some of those little things?
Yeah, some of that, but also the concentration. I mean,
Okay.
It's not just me running backwards and that's it. It's me running backwards, looking over my shoulder, understanding when I need to go out, when I need to stay, when I need to cover, when I need to go on the ground, when I need just to follow my mind, when I have to attack the duels, when I need to drop, when we need to compress the space. So it's not just let's work hard. It's let's work hard, but let's work with full concentration, smart, also understanding the moments of the game. So I think there were many positives, not just the hard work and all that ethos. Yes, that was fantastic, but it was also intelligence from my players, and I'm very pleased with that.
Thank you.
Ronaldo Cisneros' movement has been excellent, especially in the striker position. Joseph at times has maybe struggled to make those kind of similar runs where he splits the center backs and gets in behind. How difficult is Ronaldo Cisneros making your choice on who the starting striker should be?
Yeah, it's for me that's one of the decisions we have to make, and we will see. Again, that's competition, and it's competition. What I like is that regardless of who starts, whoever comes from the bench, it applies and it performs and it understands that we all win. It's not just the guy that scored 2 goals won. the game. It's everyone won. It's everyone. Even the guys that didn't perform on the bench, they were cheering for his teammates. They were happy in the locker room. So we all win, and that's what I like. So then the rest are my decisions. It's up to me to decide who's playing, who's coming from the bench, and those are the decisions that we managers need to make in order to get a good competitive team.
Got a couple questions about a couple of Orlando guys. Erkin is 6'4". They love to play crosses into him. He's been pretty successful in the air this year. Y'all have struggled defending crosses. How do you kind of mark him out and keep him quiet?
Well, again, we try to defend as a unit. Every time we try to go man for man. I don't think we are very successful, but when we defend as a unit, I think we tend to be more successful, and especially I think the three center backs we have, they're very good in the aerial duels. So we're gonna face this, yes, having some little adjustments maybe because of him if he plays, but. Yeah, probably we're going to try to stick with what we do very well, or what we did very well the last game, that was defending as a unit.
Huon is a big piece of their attack, causes a lot of problems with overlapping runs. How do y'all kind of protect Caleb against essentially the fastest player in the league in Huon?
Yeah, well, we will have some little adjustments maybe there, but again, when you have a principle-based game model, I think it helps, because regardless of the formation of the position or our formations or the personnel, we all understand that there are certain principles that can change. So pressure on the ball, we need cover. So if Caleb goes outside, we need to have cover always in behind to protect those underlap runs or underlaps or overlaps. Also, don't allow too many times Caleb is against two. I think that has to be a quick shift over from our midfielders. So I think we are aware of that, and we are thinking adjusting that. But at the same time, can we counter that space? Because if run is too high, that means there's going to be a space in the back. So how we make sure we have that balance on that side.
Aiden and Caleb, speaking of that, had a ton of space at times during the game against RSL. Sometimes weren't found, though, when they were in that space. Was that a point of emphasis over the past couple of days?
Yes, I felt that we found it. Like, it was more first half, we found a lot Caleb. He had a couple 1v1s against Herrera, and he was very successful. A couple good crosses, a couple times, I think it was Amar found him in the primacy zones in the first time cross, a couple 1v1 dribblings, and then in the second half was more Aiden and was more Marcelino a little bit on that side, and at the end that play with matchup. I think we are finding the balance between playing very good possession sequences versus running behind and getting more aggressive on the flanks to get more chances. So I think the team is progressing well, but obviously we need to do it better also.
Coach, speaking more broadly about the Orlando match, what's your approach to a game like this one where the clubs have a lot of history? Is the team really fired up, or is it more business as usual?
I think it's not just because of the opponent, but the moment we are in the season, we know every point matters. And when you are facing a rival like Orlando, you need to have an extra boost. You need to have a little bit of an extra fire inside you, like this is important for us and this is important for the fans. We cannot let the opponent enjoy being in our field. So I will make sure I will pass that message to the players, and they understand that this game is very important for the fans and for us.
Is this a 6-point game? Orlando, I think, is 6 points ahead of y'all on the table. Playoff team. You've got teams you've got to climb over to get above that line.
It may be. For me, it's I told you this the other day. Every game for us is pivotal. For us, every game, because we felt that most of the teams, they come here to really make it very hard for us to beat them. So we cannot say, okay, this game is more important than Galaxy on the next week. Every game is 6 points. Every game is very important, and the same as we gave importance to RSL. Midweek, now big rival Sunday, a lot of fans, is the same importance. We have to take every match as important as any other.
I saw you talking to Carlos out there before you came here. When does Cristiano Ronaldo arrive?
Yeah, maybe soon. Maybe soon. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sounds good. Okay, go ahead with questions.
In the formation y'all played against Salt Lake, can you describe your role on offense and defense, please?
En el sistema del equipo que jugaron en el último partido, si puedes describir un poco tu rol ofensivamente y también en defensa.
Bueno, ofensivamente siempre cumplo el mismo trabajo, que es ayudar al delantero a convertir. Nada, creo que defensiva ayudar a mis compañeros porque estamos en una situación difícil, solamente hay que trabajar un poquito más.
Offensively, my role is always the same, is just to try and help our forwards score goals. Defensively, it's just to also try to help out my team because we knew we were in a difficult situation, so just to help out them more.
I thought that was the best defensive game I've seen you play with Atlanta United against RSL.
Dice, en su opinión, es el mejor partido defensivamente que has jugado.
¿Puede ser? Su opinión.
Could be, your opinion.
How difficult was to maintain the coordination and the communication across the back four you were in on defense?
¿Qué tan difícil fue mantener y coordinar esa coordinación que tú tuviste en tu línea defensivamente con ustedes cuatro?
Como dije, estábamos por una situación complicada, necesitábamos ganar y necesitábamos hacer un esfuerzo más.
As I said, I think we knew we were in a difficult situation, so we just had to really put in extra effort.
And with the extra the midfielder that wasn't there because of the extra center back, did you feel you had a little more space higher up the field to try to exploit and move around in?
Dice, en ese sistema hay un central más y un centrocampista menos, si eso te da más espacio.
Bueno, la línea de 5 no ha funcionado, el año pasado no funcionó, este año, bueno, el partido anterior también la intentamos y no funcionó, así que creo que es buena porque tenemos una línea defensiva sólida y ofensivamente creo que tenemos más libertades.
O sea, has dicho que la línea de 5 funcionó o no funcionó.
Sí, sí.
Sí funcionó. Yeah, the back line of 5, we've played it before last season and also at times this season, and it's worked for us. So I think it just makes us a little bit more solid defensively.
But for him, moving forward, did he have a little more space without an extra teammate having to be concerned about?
Sí, eso, pero si para ti en especial, si te da más espacio quizás en la mitad de cancha y adelante.
Sí, sí.
Yes.
Totalmente.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, let me get one, please. Thank you. Last one for me. How do y'all sustain this in the next few games, assuming you play the same formation or just the same energy?
¿Cómo puede el equipo mantener este rendimiento en los próximos partidos? Si bien cambia el sistema o no.
Trabajando duro, como lo venimos haciendo.
Just working hard as we've been doing.
Your work rate was extremely high on Wednesday. Did you feel an increased sense of urgency after what happened on Saturday and the discussions y'all had on Saturday after Austin?
Dice, pusiste mucho esfuerzo en el último partido. Si te sentiste más urgencia después del partido contra Austin. ¿Me entiendes? Como quizás ser más exigente.
Sí, sí, como repetí recién, estamos en un momento difícil y necesitamos un poquito más de esfuerzo de cada uno.
Yeah, as I've said, again, just we're in a difficult situation, and I think we needed a little bit more from each guy.
How do you feel physically after putting in that kind of effort? Are your legs good to go for Sunday?
Y físicamente, ¿cómo estás de poner tanto esfuerzo?
Muy bien.
That's it for me.
Marcelino, es un partido, un clásico del sur, Atlanta contra Orlando. ¿Cómo se siente el equipo para este partido?
How the team feels going into a rivalry game with Orlando.
Bien, obviamente bien, es mucho más fácil trabajar después de una victoria, así que estamos muy bien.
Very good. I think it's always easier to train after a win, so we're feeling very good.
¿Y cómo describirías la química que tuviste con Ronaldo y con Thiago en este partido pasado?
And how he felt his chemistry was with Ronaldo and Thiago.
Bien, muy bien. Como repito, a medida que tengamos más entrenamiento y más partidos juntos vamos a estar mejor.
Yeah, very good. As I've said before, the more time that we spend together training and playing in games, the better we're going to be, or the better we're going to feel. All
Thank
right.
you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Some of the same questions asked Marcy, but describe your role offensively and defensively when y'all were in that back five.
I mean, yeah, as a midfielder, it's just to recover balls in the middle, kind of squeeze the pressure, and then offensively is just to distribute, find open passing lanes for whoever's in advanced positions, or create passing lanes, or find the passes in between those lines. So yeah, I think that's kind of our midfield role.
Pineda has talked about in that position that you and Sedjić were kind of co-occupying, getting the ball as quickly as possible to the attacking players. Against RSL and what they were trying to do tactically, how difficult or easy was it?
They had a good defensive block at times, so we kind of had to draw them out, and I think that's something that we have a good understanding of, is like when to slow the game down, and because when they are a little bit too compact, we want to kind of draw them out a little bit with like small passes, and then once they bite and once they commit, then we can find that third man pass through just a little triangle play, and then that's when we can really break through, and I think that's something that we have like very good IQ on this team, that we all understand that we can break teams down all the time doing that. So.
And y'all played the back five and then the wall of four with you and Marcy and Thiago.
Mm-hmm.
How was the communication to keep to prevent gaps from coming in y'all's
No,
line?
it was good. I think the biggest thing was the mentality going into Wednesday's game. We saw the defensive efforts that Marseille put in, and I think each one of us kind of inspired another to kind of keep going, keep pushing to cover each other's backs. And I think it was just a little bit of, if I step, the other guy drops, and then if they switch the point of attack from one side of the field to the other side of the field, we have enough time to shift, and then just to not let us be broken in between the lines. So we did very well with that.
And how do y'all sustain this going forward?
We just need to keep up the mentality aspect of it. I mean, I think we set a very high standard on Wednesday of what it takes to win a game. I mean, you saw in the 90th minute, they were launching balls in. We had all 11 guys chasing, clearing the ball, covering each other's backs, and we set the bar, and now we know that this is what it takes to compete and to win games at this level, and we just kind of need to sustain it and keep this kind of feeling alive. So.
How much did y'all's conversations after Austin influence your work rate and your energy level on Wednesday?
No, it was necessary. I think Austin was a little bit of a wake-up call, and going into Wednesday's performance, it was a group effort. Football's a game of 11 guys on the field, so everybody needs to work together. Everybody needs to kind of trust each other that you're going to be helped out in situations. If you do make a mistake, or if they make a mistake, you cover them. And I think Wednesday was a great example of that, and it was a great result and a great effort, a great fight, and we got to keep it up into Sunday.
The communication y'all had after Austin, and that you showed against Real Salt Lake, has that continued off the field as well? Are y'all, I guess, trying to be closer off the field?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've kind of realized that this isn't gonna. I think how Gonzalo said, like, there's no really heroes, so it's going to take everyone's effort. So everyone from the bench, guys that are in the 11, the guys that are on the bench, and maybe guys that aren't even rostered. But once the kind of situation comes down to it, every guy is needed, and every guy needs to be able to step in and give what they need to give to the team for us to succeed.
Amar, you talked a lot about the mentality. Is there a little bit more of an edge when you're facing a rival in Orlando on Sunday?
Absolutely. I think kind of going into it, it's one game at a time and finding our rhythm at this point. Of course, Orlando does come with some history of the rivalry, and of course we're at home and we're hungry right now, and we need to make up for points that we've lost in the past. So I think we have good momentum going into the game, and we just need to continue on.
And they're above y'all in the playoff line right now, I think 6 points ahead. Is this almost a 6-point game?
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, there's a lot of games left in the season, but every game is very crucial. And from what I know being in this league for the last 4 years is that once teams kind of find their rhythm and make a run towards the second half of the season, they finish well. So we want to be one of those teams, and we want to finish high in the standings and secure a good playoff position.
As someone who wasn't here for the earliest and like the messiest days of this rivalry, what does it mean for you to be a part of that? Does it even matter to you as someone who's kind of new to it?
I mean, it's weird because I feel like we have a lot of rivals. I feel like Atlanta has a target on its back all the time. But no, it's an exciting thing to be a part of. And I just kind of look forward to every home game and getting support from the fans and playing as a team and looking to win.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.